All right, so we got everyone. Crew
Almost.
and the Pacers from the Summit 200.
All right.
And a real weather person. Hopefully we'll get here later.
Okay, let's hope so. Um, yeah, that was a big help, knowing what the weather was going to be like every time
Asking
we
to
got
keep
into
them
an
down from the
station.
swimming pool.
Well, mostly it was, don't worry, it's
Being
fine.
actually-
So,
But you know what? I think we should introduce everybody and
Let's
what
do
this is
that.
all about. And this
Okay.
is not about you and I.
Okay.
Sort of.
Do you want me to introduce
Yeah,
everyone?
go for
Okay.
it. You're the moderator and Tawny
Okay.
is the other moderator, so y'all
So-
fight it out.
So let's start with our crew chief and her co-pilot. Tawny is our crew chief, and Mindy was her co-pilot, and they were
This is me.
running a tight ship, which got us through everything. And they were not being, what should we say, kind in that sense. They were pushing us, making sure we got out and kept going.
And then there's
It's good for you.
Pam
And
down there in
Pam.
the corner.
She popped up here and there and made sure to give us some snarky comments and making sure we didn't want to stay too long. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. She was just. It was great when she showed up. We always
Yes.
had fun. She brought lots of laugh, and she never really said we were. What should we say? In a good frame of mind. She always made
Told us
sure
how
to make sure
crazy.
that we knew we were crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then our first pacer, Brian, he took us through 2 aid stations from Tiger Road over Montezuma and all the way to Duck Creek.
Yes.
Um,
The climb
Which-
that never ended.
the climb that never ended, and before finishing the summit, we actually thought that was the worst climb, but turns out it wasn't.
Yeah, because I was lied to, but we'll get to that later.
Then we have Scott Haggerty in the corner with Pam and James Nally. They were taking turns pacing each of us, but since we were always running together, it was like a little group of 4.
Yes.
And
It was like
I'm not
the
ashamed
journey
to
of the
say we
Hobbit.
had a lot of silly Lord of the Rings references during that little climb. A little walk to Mordor, which is Wheeler Junction in Colorado.
Yeah.
And then we have interim crew chief for 10 minutes. and gun provider, Killings. I have never heard so bad as when they started using the gun on my bruise.
But we'll get to that later.
So I don't know, say thank you for the gun or keep it to yourself next time.
Oh, there's a lot we can thank her for.
Yeah, she was running an aid station actually, but 2 of them actually. Yeah.
What happened there?
Sorry.
Mindy went to a beer festival.
So I think that we should start with the crew chief, and she can fill in some spaces that maybe we didn't know about, or some stories,
Well,
or
since we were out on the trek,
no, we're just
we
supposed
want to
go
know
forward.
what did the crew do while we were out?
Well, I mean, we tried to stay busy. We didn't want to sleep the whole time you were out there running. That didn't seem quite fair. So when we saw you, well, first off, at the start finish, I want to mention I thought it was pretty cool that we saw Starlink go directly over the top of us 10
yeah,
minutes
that's
prior
right.
to your start time. That was pretty amazing to see. It was kind of funny because we're all in the truck, and I was like, oh, there's a plane. There's another plane. That's not a plane. Oh my gosh, I think that's Starlink. And everybody just exits the truck, and we are all staring at the sky watching this go over top. Unfortunately, there are no pictures of that, but that was one of my highlights for the whole week. So I guess that's a good way to start it. After you guys started, Mindy and I went and walked to what was classified as a easy waterfall to traverse to. Come to find out it wasn't as easy as they stated it was going to be, so we only made it to the first landing. So What we found out is that they actually had ropes that went from one landing to the next landing, and they had started to deteriorate. So they pulled the ropes out and just had not put the new ones in. So when we ran into another family at that first landing and they said they had to belly crawl from one area to the next, we decided not to go any further. We were happy with where we got to and the waterfall that we were able to see. So that was our first day. And then we decided to go sleep. Actually, we might have hit
Possibly.
a brewery or two
Oh.
that day.
Might.
The breweries all
Hard to
kind of blend
remember.
together a little bit, so. But that would be our day one. We did go see you at North Shuttle though, so I guess the waterfall was after North Shuttle,
Okay.
and then we went out to the waterfall. North Shuttle, when you guys came in, you looked amazing, ready to go. It was fun trying to see you in the trees as you were coming down because you can actually see people as they're coming across out of the tree line. So that was
where
pretty
I
cool.
got, at North Shuttle, that's where I got my first scare of the race. Because all of a sudden I got a really bad Charlie horse, and I thought, oh shit, this is not good. This is
That's
too
way
early
too
in the
early.
race.
What I remember the most of that is Pam telling me how nuts I was and that, we all belonged in an asylum.
I grabbed a handful of salt stick tablets, and then that was it.
Yeah.
Then you were good. So,
Yeah.
So and
We
then
saw
we did
Kelly
not
during this time. I do want to mention we saw Kelly at the first aid station, and
Yes.
she looked
Got your
beautiful
mental
as
health
ever.
checked out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That was so early. Everyone just went in and out again very quickly.
She had the last real bathroom we would see.
That's true.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had actual bathrooms there. Not always toilet paper, but
No.
bathroom, yes.
So it's half of a porta potty or something. I don't know. I didn't care.
It was in a solid building. Yeah.
So what happened next?
So that'll be from North Shuttle. That was when we moved on to Tiger Road.
right. We didn't see
So
you
that was
again
in the-
until Tiger Road.
Yeah. We had another aid station in between, right?
You had a
No.
non-crew accessible, I believe.
Yeah.
You had Montezuma.
No, that was
After.
after Tiger
Montezuma
Road.
was after, I think.
There was zero.
No,
There was no water
that's
stations,
right.
nothing till.
No, it was a
Right.
20 mile.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we went straight. There used
And
to
then
be
it was
one
twice
up
at Tiger Road.
Horseshoe Gulch,
Yeah,
but that has been removed, so now you just went straight through to Tiger Road.
yeah.
And I
It was
just missed you guys
runnable.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was completely runnable. We were running still really fast. We had done our first 50 miles, I'm gonna say around
Yeah.
12 hours, and we were so excited.
I mean, we were staying on top of the cutoff times because last year we had this little incident when we missed the cutoff time. So this year we said, not this year. So I think we were like 8 hours ahead of schedule of the
Yeah.
cutoff time at the third aid station.
We ran into JJ, and he was still, not JJ, it was Jeff.
Jeff.
He was
Jeff
still
Reeves, yeah.
happy and da-da-da-da-da-da. There was
Yeah.
nobody had any bad times at that point.
No.
We had lightning, but yeah.
So you had a long time from North Shuttle to Tiger Road.
We did, and that's why we went to the waterfall, and then we did go sleep for a little bit before we headed out to wait for you guys to come into Tiger Road. When you came into Tiger Road, it was dark.
Yeah.
I do believe you ended up sleeping for a little bit and then changing clothes in the dark before you headed out to do your big loop to come back to the Tiger Road aid station.
Yeah. So we did the Tiger Road loop, which is absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
I don't think I have not met anyone saying anything nice about it.
I took 3 falls going down. It felt like a 3,000 feet down, and I started like running as fast as I can. But no, you can't run
No.
these things.
Well, but you had you had the option of utilizing your superpower friend that was with you. When you came back into Tiger Road, we realized that Renee had actually turned into a superhero with his shorts and that he had put on inside
Yes.
out.
That's right.
He looked completely like he was ready to save the world.
Yes.
And the little pockets that came out from underneath the shorts, just kind of waving at us, was really cute. So.
My elephant ears.
No.
I think that's left for. I think that's left for interpretation because I thought he looked like he had some mental illness. I thought there was something wrong there.
No, they had just gotten checked out right before. Remember? 'Cause I was there.
Yeah, I looked at the picture they took at me crossing the stream, and I looked fashionable. I just want to say that. That's,
He couldn't use the pockets, but they were there.
that doesn't matter, but I guarantee you next year everyone's going to emulate that.
Just for that loop. Only that
Just
loop.
for that. That's the thing. You have to run the loop with your shorts inside out. Yeah, I think I even kept them like that for the next time, or did I really change them this time?
I don't know.
No,
We
you
can ask
changed
our
them.
pacer.
I did.
You did change them, so.
Yeah, yeah.
Because then you
I
were
would've
able to
noticed.
use your pockets after that. So.
Yeah, I was going to say it's too early to be out of it, but I don't think it was really. So when we came back from the loop, that's where we picked up Brian, and
Correct.
he took us to Montezuma, and that was in daytime, and
And I don't know, Brian, do you have any stories from that? Because you guys went from that through Montezuma into Duck Creek.
So from Tiger Road to Montezuma, I remember how much hills there were because I had flagged it last year. So I course marked it last year. So I was really not familiar, not like it was fresh, but I do remember how hilly it was. But Montezuma to Duck Creek would have been new for me this year. So I was not aware of what that was going to bring. But yeah, I think it was fairly uneventful. There was a lot of jeepers. It was still daytime. Everyone was in good spirits. We stopped and had some snacks with some views during the daylight hours, and I think
That's
to
right,
Montezuma, we had pizza. We had a lunch snack at one of the overlooks, and then we had pizza at Montezuma, freshly made pizza from the aid station, from Candace Burtz's aid station pizza maker thingy.
yeah, that was a good pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we also somebody else got a surprise hot dog.
Oh, I ran into
Yeah.
some friends, some trail friends, that only had one hot dog available. And of course, I was obviously the hungriest. So I
Well,
ate the
not
hot
just
dog.
that, but you're the only one allowed to actually take
Yep,
help
take-
from other people.
He's like, oh, I'm going to stay over here because if I had smelt that hot dog.
So,
That is so much better than I thought a surprise hot dog was going to be.
no, it was actually really good. Yeah, the guy had this Jeep and this great setup grill that was hanging off the back of his bumper, and I came up to them first, and I left them last, and I let those two go on, and I chatted and enjoyed a hot dog with mustard and ketchup.
Oh,
It was a, it
And
was
we
a good
could
treat.
smell it. And he comes just like blasting up the hill. I'm back. And
Hot dog breath and all.
yeah. And then we got into Montezuma, and we got a pizza. You got a Coke that you never drank,
nope.
and because I don't feel Coke is something that should go to waste, so I drank it.
That's so kind of
We had. It was early evening. I think it was
Yeah.
early
Yeah,
evening around dinner
it was.
time. I felt like I mean I can't recall, but we all had coffee. Or no, maybe you drank the extra soda, and Lisa Marie and I had coffee.
We had coffee.
And that coffee was
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah, and Candace like brought out the special stuff. She's like, you can have some of my creamer.
Yeah.
Yeah, some foo-foo creamer, but
Yep.
yeah, it was great.
Yep.
And then we started. Then we started the trek to Duck Creek.
And that's
So-
Red Cone, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So Duck Creek, that is when we knew that we were going to meeting up with Brian, and Brian would be finishing out his pacer duties, if you want to call it that. And so Mindy was driving Brian's truck. Mindy, how was your drive up to?
It was
Duck Creek?
uneventful, all except for thoughts.
Uneventful. So you had somebody that rode with you. I heard that this person never wears their seatbelt.
True, but then he gets in the truck with me and puts it on. Why?
Well, one can never be certain.
I really want to know. Is it because I'm a female? Just because? Did I scare you?
I don't think he wore his seatbelt when Pam drove, so it has nothing to do with being
True.
female. But
Maybe it's just me.
You're just special.
Oh my goodness.
Well, middle of the night, strange woman.
strange woman. I love it.
You never know.
So we made it to Duck Creek and waited for for Lisa Marie, Renee, and Brian all to show up, and we had Scott and James with us, and we waited patiently. And when you showed up, you decided that it was time to get in the truck and get a little warm. It was chilly out, so I did not blame you whatsoever. As crew, we did not prepare ourselves for that option, and so we froze while you guys got warm in the truck.
Yes.
But we would do it again.
100%.
Would do it again. So
Well,
I heard
the option,
that it's
yeah,
a
the better
dry
option would
cold,
be-
though, so it's okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say the better option would be just to be prepared for that.
yes, we'll be prepared next time. So wool socks and yeah.
We know better for next time now.
So Brian, yeah,
And there is a next time.
Lord.
yeah. So I would say that we got to the top of Red Cone, and the climb was not as bad this year as it was last year. So I think you got it easy this time, because last year it was like they just threw out a whole bunch of little pellets this length that was not even worked down. It was like fresh surface, and everything was just sliding when you were climbing up. This year it was actually a very easy climbable Jeep road.
No, it's the climb down that
Lisa-
was bad.
Yeah.
Lisa Marie, do you recall that as well? That section as being easy?
Well, easier than last year. Thank you for going in
Okay,
front of me.
okay.
I followed your feet, because last year I accidentally looked behind me and I was already falling. I kept, every 2 steps I went, I was sliding down. And this year was like, okay, I have feet to follow me, and if I do fall, I can roll over Renee and he'll stop me, and then he'll go. And
Yeah.
I had a plan. It was a plan. But
Yeah.
thank you. And it was that
I think there
going-
was still. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, it was that climb down. I think all 3 of us just got so irritated with that climb from Red Cone going down. We were getting angry at these these rocks.
What is interesting is that we actually hit Red Cone at sunset this year, like we did last year, but we were 22 miles ahead of time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we did better this year.
Yeah.
Way better. And last year when we got lost because the GPS didn't quite, the GPX map wasn't correct, and the flagging was kind of missing when we were turning into the single trail, single track towards Duck Creek. This year they had made sure there was enough flags to
Yeah,
guide
they did.
people to
There
the
was no
trail.
getting lost.
Once you got on the single track, you were good. You just followed it.
Well, on our way to y'all, we're finally on the road, and everywhere there's bear signs. And they wanted to make it known that you were in a bear area. There are bear here. Watch out for bear. Then the campsite, don't leave food out. And I'm just like, oh no.
Yeah.
And it looked like a dinosaur, still from last year, is a dinosaur stepping on all these pieces of the road, and they just really need to go in and fill it with something. Maybe some
Yeah.
rocks from Red Cone, I don't know.
Yeah. But then, so the final section before Duck Creek is 2.8 miles of horrible road. It's so full of holes and puddles, and it's, you probably could run it if you weren't tired and you didn't have 110 miles in your legs. But yeah. So we get to Duck Creek, which is 110 miles in. We're almost done at this point.
Yeah, in
We're
my
over
mind, I was
halfway.
done. It was over. Yeah, but
Um,
not so much.
Yeah, and that's when we picked up James and Scott.
Well,
Um,
before we get to the point that you pick up James and Scott, so
Yeah.
Duck Creek is unfortunately where you had to step off of the race last year. So, how did you feel knowing that everything that you were going into was going to be brand new territory?
Well, so we had a talk with the race directors Chase and Casey beforehand, and I asked Casey what is the worst section in her opinion, and she said, well, that's from Hall Valley to Lodgepole, and I'm just like, can't be. I was convinced that Montezuma to Duck Creek was going to be the worst climb. So for me, I felt that what we were going into was not going to be as bad as what we have already been through. Can I say I was wrong?
Say whatever you want.
You're
We
wrong.
have somebody.
I was wrong.
Well,
I'm gonna pop this
Things-
way real quick and get
think-
Leslie on.
Things you don't hear very often.
so, so then you leave Duck Creek and you drop your pacer Brian and you pick up James and Scott to go with you. Now, are
Yeah.
James and Scott both? Are they like split? Is one crew, one pacer, one runner's pacer, and the other is the other runner's pacer?
Not really, no.
No,
They're
really.
based
kind of-
together.
Yeah.
I think we
Maybe.
tried to start out like that, but then we just kind of bunched up in a 4. Yeah, and then that
Yeah.
was, yeah. Because it was clear everyone was kind of fast hiking at that point.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so there's only 12 miles to Hall Valley, and from Duck Creek we're actually going reverse up the horrible road through the single track, and then we hit a jeep road we came down from, and then instead of going back towards Red Cone we go the opposite way towards Hall Valley, and at first that was like, okay, that's not so bad, and it was daylight. Everything, we came into Duck Creek in the dark. We left Duck Creek at dawn, and everything just looked different in sunlight. It was just like, really, is this what we was walking through last night in the dark? It was
In a
beautiful.
good way or bad way?
No, it was beautiful.
It was.
It was beautiful.
It was amazing.
Yeah, and then
Not scary.
And then we got into, so these jeep roads towards Hall Valley were not bad at first.
He's
But then they
lying,
just-
Pinocchio.
No.
First,
But the last mile was just like,
5 miles.
who makes these roads? Who calls these a jeep road? I guarantee you. anyone
Until we
coming in
saw
their
some
Jeep-
Jeeps going up it.
Well, I would like to pause real quick
I don't
because
think at the
Brian
end-
is from Colorado.
Yeah.
We would really like to know how are these Jeep roads made? What? Why?
I mean, there was like giant boulders. There was like 3 feet deep holes
Yeah.
in one side of it, and then you're like, well, you got boulders on one side, and then you got 3 foot deep hole on the other side.
Yeah.
So that's at least 6 feet of. Who can drive through that?
Most of them were probably mining roads of old, and now they've become, I don't know what you want to say, not game trails, but
Yeah.
outdoor enthusiast rock crawler Jeeps with big suspensions that, are challenging themselves in a motor vehicle world. Just
Yeah.
something that we don't normally do, but that's what they've become. But I think initially they were, a majority of them were initially just mining roads.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. We have somebody else here.
Oh,
Yay.
look, we have our weather girl, Leslie. Fresh back from GeekCon.
Yeah. Yeah. She just went to GeekCon and met somebody and got a signature, and so
And
she's
I'm
late.
jealous.
Yeah.
We're all
Oh my
jealous.
God.
Everyone's
This is
jealous.
my.
I was feeding the dog. Sorry.
So back to those Jeep roads. So, I mean, what made Chase think that we needed to run these things on the boulders? I mean, we're running down and we're trying not to fall. This would happen later on other Jeep roads, but
Yeah.
James is up there trying to lead, and he's just like, Scott, you get in the front. Scott's trying to go, and we're just back behind them going, no.
That was really a bad climb down, and we thought that was really bad. So we get to Hall Valley. That was an interesting aid station.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
a theory on why he had you guys run those roads. It's so that
Yeah.
you would appreciate the actual trail better.
That's
Yeah,
true.
There
I would
you
go with
go.
that.
It's a glass half full way to look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or he's
Yeah.
just a sadist, which also could be very true.
Hmm.
So yeah, maybe that's true. Chase was sitting there saying they're probably going to complain about these single track. I'll give them something so they're going to love them.
Exactly.
Well, I look at it different. I felt like this whole thing was like a symphony, like an orchestra. So follow me here. So it'd be not the first 63 miles. You can run it. You can do whatever the heck you want with it. And then he decides to give you these climbs, and you just think, okay, but it's a crescendo going down the hills. And we'll talk about the other areas later. But it was like thunk, 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 like yeah.
Yeah.
I know that sounds bizarre, but when you ever run this,
I'm following you. I'm hearing it in my head.
Yeah, you've seen it, so.
The Hall Valley was it was just a bunch of happy people. I don't
Yeah.
think it was not an overrun aid station. I think at this point everyone was spread out, so they got one or two runners coming in pretty much at the same time, and then they leave again, so they don't really hang around a lot.
I think this
Hall
is
Valley.
when the fun happened. I thought it was a great aid station, number one. I
Yeah.
love seeing Regina there. So
Yeah.
it was great to see her. But I think to me that is when the race started, at that moment.
Yeah.
The minute we walked off and left with our bellies full.
Yeah.
Yeah, strange people were about. The water turned copper color. There were caves everywhere. We
That's-
saw eyes. Who went to go? One of y'all went to go investigate it, and was that you, Scott, or was that you, James?
Yeah,
James
I went over and
was
stuck
going
my
in.
head there.
Okay.
I was
Yeah,
curious.
it was- yeah. So
But at a distance.
at a distance.
At a distance, yes.
Yeah. And again, so kind of like Brian, these two, there's the trucks come through and they have licorice. So these two get to go have licorice. And we had to walk by going, ugh. And poor Renee who loves licorice.
It was worse for me than for you,
Yeah.
since I love licorice and you don't.
I happily grabbed some.
I was.
He was like, "You want some?" I was like, "Sure."
Oh, I could smell it.
Sure.
It wasn't as good as the hot dog, but I could smell it. So we come to this hill that I never thought that would be there. And you're coming up behind Red Cone. I don't know if you've seen this, Brian, but coming up behind it, it is a
That's
Jeep road.
Yeah, switchback up to
Yeah.
Webster Pass.
And
So
I'm thinking-
actually, I have a good. That reminded me of something that you just brought up. Is that we actually saw the front runner coming up there when we were going across
we
Red Cone.
did.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so we crisscrossed right there with the first place finisher. As we were going up Red Cone, they were skirting around us on that side. He was yelling with his poles and being
Yeah.
erratic, and that's what caught my attention.
Yeah. And
So he was like 14 hours ahead of
Ahead
us
of
at
us.
that point.
again, another overachiever.
He didn't get his money's worth.
No,
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 he
we
did
did
not.
not. We will try to get him on the podcast just
Yeah,
so we
it's
can
got a
say that to him.
Terrible return on investment.
Yes.
So we're getting up there, and now James has decided that he wants to be the navigator of this whole thing, and we're like, "You've got it." We get to the top of this, and he's just
This
like,
is like
the
okay,
thunderstorms move in, the lightning.
Let's rewind back a little bit. So you come up to Webster Pass after going on this little Jeep road switchback, which is actually a decent trail.
It just felt endless.
Yeah, it was nice, right? It wasn't.
It was nice. It
complicated
just,
to-
I was really happy to be at the Wheeler Peak sign, Wheeler
Yeah.
Peak sign.
Yeah.
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 It was
And then
good
we
to reach
got-
that point.
Then we started up a single trail, and on the side of this little peak, it turns into rocks,
Hmm.
and there is a sheer fall to your right.
Now let's take a pause here because I saw a video before the race started. I think I asked Brian about this about a gazillion times on our little trek. Where was this video taken? I've asked everybody.
You
I
found
finally
out.
found out that it was actually is it French Pass?
No, it's Webster Pass.
Webster Pass. And that's, she was so scared of heights, the way her camera was going, she was showing a sheer drop off.
Hmm.
And it is.
It is.
If you take a wrong step off the trail there, you are going to roll all the way to the bottom and break every bone in your body.
Yeah. But none of that happened though.
So that was the motivation for staying on trail.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty good motivation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
And then we just followed this single track for miles. And
Oh, no. I want to hear what James has to say about this because he was like
He
a
was-
quarter of a mile ahead of us checking it
He was
out.
the scout.
What do you think of that? Was it never ending? Were you just like, oh no? And he's looking at his tracker going, it doesn't match.
No,
And
there,
they
there was
kept-
some, there was some, they kept having these little trails that go off. When I was scouting ahead a little bit, it was just like, it looks like it goes left, but it clearly goes right. It was like, you could just tell people just trekked off to take some pictures, but enough to make a new trail, and then
Yeah.
I'd come back and then there was that little drop off. And then meanwhile, I'm just staring at those clouds coming at us. And I was like trying to pull you guys along because I was like, those clouds are bunching up real fast. And
Yeah.
the weather got cold. And I was like, we got to get off of this area down where we ended up, a little bit safer. Because there was lightning and thunder. You could hear it. It was just building up,
Yeah.
the typical Colorado monsoon. But it was just like, you just don't want to be up there. So I was
So
like,
we
okay, come
had-
on.
What is it? A 2,000-foot climb down that we
Yeah.
all were falling.
We were-
Every single one of us fell. I fell 3 times.
We were fighting to get to the tree line
Yeah.
because we
Yeah.
were very exposed up there.
Yeah.
And then Scott at the bottom's like, oh, I didn't fall, ha, ha, ha. And then he went, boom. Karma kicked in.
And that's where I fell as well. It was like these little rocks on this hard surface because it hasn't rained a lot. It was like marbles on the floor.
Yeah.
And it just took my legs away under me and I hit my left hip really bad. That's where I got the bruise.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Um,
And the starting of the lean.
and the starting of my lean.
But what I thought was interesting was Scott started evoking Leslie. Well, what did Leslie's forecast say?
Yes.
I just hope I was close.
You had it perfect.
Yeah, I think that the weather forecast we got throughout the race was spot on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm glad to hear
Very
it.
solid.
I'm like I said, I'm not used to forecasting in Colorado. The closest I've been in mountains like that was in New Mexico.
yeah.
Oh, when you
So-
wrote
And
hail.
it's similar, but we were in the valley, so it was totally different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was spot on.
She said hail, it hailed.
It
It's
hailed.
like she was just like, oh, and it's going to hail.
And and she said, "Oh, don't worry about it." And we did anyway because we heard the thunder and saw the lightning. But she was right; it never really got close to us. But,
No, what's really neat
While I'm talking to y'all, let me ask, is there a way to minimize my photo? So right now, when I'm looking at it, I'm blocking out Renee and Lisa.
Oh,
No,
it's
that's
because
us.
we're
Is
Is that
separated.
just on mine?
we're separated. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's,
So I'm the middle
But-
square.
Okay.
So
but-
you're the middle square, actually.
once I put it
Oh,
all to
all right.
once I-
As long as I'm not blocking out anybody
no.
else's view.
So I would like to hear James and Scott. Oh, and we all have nicknames for each other. Just so this is Dr. Prescott, because the proctologist. Because
he's not a proctologist.
the first time I met him at a race, I couldn't remember his name. I'm like, it's 2 days into a race. I am not going to remember your name. And I said, where are you from? And then a year later, I don't know, it was a 6-day race, and I decided to add on a job for him, and I gave him the title of proctologist.
And it never left.
No.
And Scott's my brother, so we've known each other a long time, so it's just basically just like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
don't we look alike?
and in the spirit of Lord of the Rings, apparently I am Gimli.
Yes.
Son
Well,
of
first
Frodo.
you started
Ah.
off. So I would like to hear what y'all have to say about up to where we are leaving off all the falls down the mountain, and them 2 ladies passing us.
What do you think about the section to Lodgepole? I know we were all frustrated at the end of that section because we couldn't find the aid station.
You guys were whining like a bunch of little babies. It was on flat road. Come on.
Yeah. Guy were like, come on, let's go.
Well, we took a wrong turn first. Or actually, what we didn't do, we didn't turn. We just kept going straight because there was flags.
Yeah. Yeah. We missed that left. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was actually my fault.
Oh, something we don't hear very often.
Took us down the wrong trail for a ways, and it was the right trail when you leave the aid station and turn off the road. But so that was it worked out in the end.
It did.
We did find the aid station and the Bracadias, so it was
Yeah.
all good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that is when I
And I
met
got-
up again
I
with
got
my
bacon.
bestie.
I got bacon. I got mashed potato with vegetable soup and bacon.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
Oh, that was good. That was
So
good.
for the listeners who don't know, what is a braccia?
Heaven.
It's a
Duck Bieberly makes them and they are amazing. She makes it with butter and garlic salt. And then she'll flip that over and put the cheese and the brat on there, and she wraps it all up. But that garlic salt with that butter, it just, I don't know, it's amazing.
It's amazing.
And she
I
gets
think-
that tortilla just the right crispness.
Yeah, I think it's just also the placement of where those are given in that race too. I think
yeah.
I think by that point you just need some protein, you need salt, you
Yeah.
need something hot, and that's I just downed 2 of them. They were so awesome. That's before I got thrown in that meat locker.
Yeah, you had
Yes,
to
let's talk about that. So it was a sleep station, and we got to go into a tent that was bleeding water.
I never got any sleep because she kept rearranging me on this tiny cot. And at first she said, "Oh, lay down here." We always share cot. And then she found out that her side was against the wall, and that was cold and wet, so she wanted to switch sides. So I got to lay against the cold and wet outer wall.
So all we could hear was Jeff was in there, and he was having a really bad time. It was his low moment. He's like, "Lisa Marie, I need you to tell my wife that I love her, and this is where the insurance policy is at." We had JJ over on the other end going, "I just need 10 more minutes, 10 more minutes." I heard 10 more minutes.
Yeah, he was supposed to get up at 2 a.m. At 2 a.m. he came, "I'll give me to 3 a.m. And then at 3 a.m. when we got up, he said, "Give me just another half hour."
But what was really interesting is I kept hearing coughing.
Yeah.
And because it was an aid station had sleeping, they put all the pacers in the back of a U-Haul.
Yeah.
They put
got-
two. There was only room in the U-Haul for 2 people to go in there.
Yes.
And James had opted to go in there.
We thought it was
And then
funny. It
James
was
had-
fabulous.
And it was
Then
so
James had somebody join
cold.
him.
It was so cold. I was like, "Oh my god!" I was looking for sides of beef hanging there. And
Why do you think I stayed in a chair by the fire,
I was
man?
envious. You were like, "I'm not going in there," and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna hit it. It'll probably be quiet." And then I got it. It was crazy. And then I think I just fell asleep, and then boom, that U-Haul door opens, and this lady shoves it there and then she is hacking up. She has that trail cough, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And then they closed the door. We were in the dark, and she just hacking away. And every time she just had this nasty hack, and she said, "Sorry, dude. Sorry, dude. Sorry, dude." Meanwhile, I'm pushing that hanging beef aside, and then I'm trying to fall asleep, and then I was like, "Oh my god!" Then it dawned on me, I'm like, "I'm gonna get COVID in here." I was like, "This is it. I go out to Colorado, I'm catching COVID." Yeah. And then I came out, and then Scott's in the chair. He's warm. I think he's totally out. And I was just like, "Oh my god."
Scott did snore, so he was out.
Yeah, he
I
was.
could hear it.
Yeah, he was out. And I was like, I should have.
But Scott has always said he sleeps very well sitting down.
Yeah.
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 Well,
He
on
was
my
out.
side of things, it was like I see Tawny, but I don't see Mindy, but I see Tawny. And she's over there, and to me, she is all of a sudden, she looks like a dang tourist. I mean, like not a tourist, a stewardess. She's got this cool outfit on, and she's got a stoic face and won't even meet me in the eye. She's not looking at me, she's averting because
I was there as a volunteer. I was
Yeah.
not there as your crew chief.
This was a non-crew accessible aid station.
so she made it very
So
weird.
we were not
So
allowed to get any special treatment.
I
at all.
decided to make it even weirder and changed her name. I mean, by this time I was tired. I'm calling her Bernicia Darla.
Yeah, and then I don't know if you remember, Renee. You just kept repeating this one phrase. You goes, no matter what you had, you just kept going. It'd be really nice to have a crew chief.
Yes.
You just kept saying that, and I was like, "Oh, he's delirious." But it was so funny because I was watching just repeat it. You said it about 3 or 4 times. It'd be
Yeah.
really nice. This brat thing is good, but would be better having a crew.
But I was not wrong.
Yeah,
The thing is, I was not wrong.
yeah. Because you didn't get any sleep,
Move on.
so I was like, "Oh, here he is. Okay, he's getting delirious."
I did not get any sleep because she
No.
kept moving me around so she could be comfortable.
I wasn't comfortable. It
No.
was this big.
Yeah. So all of
And I
us
was
were
just
saying
cold.
you guys weren't comfortable, and I was in the meat locker.
But you know who
The
was
COVID meat
comfortable?
locker.
Scott was the smart one,
And Mindy.
and Mindy.
Yeah.
She slept in the truck that we did not have access to. And the reason I wanted my crew chief was because I had a charging cable for my watch, which
Yes.
kept bleeding power.
Yeah.
But I could not ask for it because I'm not allowed to access anything in the truck. I was
And
so
that's why you
frustrated.
kept repeating yourself.
Yeah, it would be really nice to have a crew chief.
It'd be really nice to have a crew chief. Thanks for the coffee. So,
But again, I mean, we always play by the rules. That's
Yeah.
no crew, no access.
yeah, some
to
people
anything,
wouldn't have done
so-
that. They would have, jaunted,
Yeah.
walked over
Yeah.
to the truck. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Scared Mindy.
Yeah, but we don't do that. It's their rules and we stick to them.
Mm-hmm.
So we got up and we left.
Yeah, that was where things went wrong because
yeah.
we set out there at about sunset.
It was beautiful. I thought,
That's-
to me, it was flat. It was the most boring part of this whole race. Was
We're going from
that.
Lutz Pole to French Pass.
Yes.
And that was such a beautiful section. The roads were nice. There was no complicated climbs. Yes, it went uphill, but it was on a nice road. And
No,
we
all
get to
got-
see our crew again.
No.
Or so we thought.
No, some things happened here. So I had something really cool in my head, and I wanted to go tell Scott. So I started running to him, and I don't know, something out of somewhere was there that, I don't know, and I slid. I fell. It was the last time I would fall. And when I went, I sounded like an elk hitting the ground, and I slid. I had never seen 3 people come and run and try to see if I was okay in my life, and I'm just laying there going, why? But I would never fall again, and I got up and said, that's the last time.
Yeah.
So then we all got it in our heads that we wanted to see a moose. And this is where I'm looking at somebody right now because somebody got really nice pictures of moose, which will come in the background. But we'll
Yeah.
get to her later. So we went really fast during this section. It was amazing.
Would have been nice if you had let your crew chief know you were going to do that.
Yeah, but we
Yeah.
didn't have a crew chief. I mean, there was a lady there. She was dressed like
That's
a
true.
stewardess.
They didn't have a crew chief.
Dude, I tried
They had a
like 3
backup, though.
times.
They did have a good backup, so.
Yes.
Yeah.
So after us
3
running
times I
along,
tried to send you a text up there.
There's
No
no
signal.
service up there, though.
and so we finally make it there. After every little clearing, we're looking for the moose, and we see nothing. And except for I think we saw some deer and rabbit, and I don't know what else. We heard things, but
We thought we heard a moose, and we decided it was probably down in the.
oh, that was me. I was
I know
making
that.
moose noises.
Yeah.
That was me.
Hey.
What does a moose sound like?
That was your,
Oh,
that was
hear
your
this.
moose noise by that point.
I was like, woo.
No, your moose noise was hey.
I mean, that's how I talk
so
to
not
them.
a moose noise.
So we get to our next aid station after laughing about the moose and all that.
And what we talked about was that we get to see a crew again, and I can finally get my charging cable for my watch.
But like an angel, the most beautiful girl that I've seen in a long time on this race that smelled good was Kelly, and she's running to me wanting to get a hug. And
I smelled good? Are you sure?
Yeah, you did. You actually smelled good. I don't know what that was all about,
That's
but
because you've been walking next to me for the most of the time.
I was walking next to Scott actually.
I must have just changed my clothes or something, because I definitely
looked
hadn't
off.
showered.
And she comes and she gives me a great big hug and then starts talking about moose. And at this time we turn around and we look at Renee and we're going, oh no. Had not really looked at Renee. Scott's going, we need to find out Leslie's forecast. And she's talking about, we realize our crew chief is not there.
We come and we
Well-
were looking for a sticker truck, and it's not there. There's no crew, and I'm just like, what happened? Hopefully they're not in an accident.
Yeah, and then Jeff comes in and his wife isn't there.
Yeah.
Well, so
And
so at
he's
that
like, oh.
point, in the back of my head, I'm thinking, "Oh crap, Tawny's going to be 2 hours late getting here because I told her we probably wouldn't get there for 7 hours, and here we are at 5. This is my fault."
So I
Well,
turned
then
to
we know
Kelly
who to
and
blame.
I turned to Kelly and I said, "You're crew chief," and she's like, "Okay."
And Renee's still going, it'd really be nice to have a crew.
Yes, it would be very
I'm
nice.
everybody's crew chief.
And you know that fall that I had, I'll show you my knee. It's still right there, kind of all peeled off. I tore my nice new leggings. They were sticking up like this, and the piece of skin was sticking out, frozen to it. So everyone really wanted to see how we were going to pull that off, and it was nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
lot of
I had
shenanigans.
this fall, and for some reason you decided that I should have a butt massage.
No, that was when I pulled your pants to the side, and we saw
Oh.
all the bruising.
Yeah.
And we're like, "Oh, that's got to be bad." Kelly's like, "We can put a gun on it."
We
Yeah.
can fix that.
Here, somebody
Yeah.
told me this cool trick. But,
And and she
so
did the mistake.
You guys weren't the only ones who didn't have crew right away or at
Yeah.
all. So French Pass, if I can just like talk about that piece of it
Yeah,
for
sure.
the logistics. So French Pass has absolutely no service up there. And if you put in your GPS where the trailhead is, it tries to take you down one of those really big boulder jeeping trails that most vehicles cannot make it down. And so a lot of people didn't know that you have to put in like Fairplay and go to the town of Fairplay and then put it in, otherwise you go down that road. So a lot of people were getting stuck down there, they were getting lost, or they just weren't making it and planning to go to the next one. So I would say probably about half of the people that came in were expecting crew that either never made it or there was one person that their crew came in like 4 or 5 hours after they left.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it was just, I think that was Rich's crew. I think that was Rich's crew that came in afterwards, but it was kind of a mess. So we got, Marie and I, who were running French Pass, we kind of got used to just being crew for everyone, more or less.
Yeah.
Which
Thank
is,
goodness.
I'm kind of used to that anyway, having volunteered enough that, like, it's kind of my niche. But
Yeah.
it was interesting.
But then our crew showed up.
I was gonna say, I think we had
And-
the advantage of actually being on the correct road because we did the volunteer time at Lodgepole. So
Yeah.
when we put in the directions, it did take us directly up the road we needed to be. And when we left Lodgepole and pulled up to see what time they were estimated to make it to French Pass, it was 8:58, and it tells us they're going to be there at 9 o'clock. So we knew right then we weren't going to make it in 2 minutes. And then this road that you go up, it is listed as being 55 miles an hour, but there is no way that a normal vehicle can go that fast going up that road. So we pushed it as much as we could, but we were late. We were late, and we were very thankful that it was Kelly that was there. So,
Yeah, you were only like 20 or 30 minutes after them.
I don't,
Yeah,
Yeah. There wasn't that
No.
much.
it wasn't that much. You got there just in time when the gun came out
Yeah.
because you were just
Then the gun came out, and
and poor
Kelly
Renee.
decided-
For
to give it
reference, we're
to-
talking about a Theragun. We're not talking about a
no, it's not about to be
firearm.
put down. Put out.
Not
He
a
was
loose
put
gun.
down. He's like, ow, 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 and he's on the ground.
I mean, I
Final
did.
finish.
They started. It started nice. It started on Nut the Bruise, and it was actually very nice to get that massage. But then Tawny decided to move it over and deep massage my bruise. Oh my God! That
Which
hurt.
I had no clue was there.
You didn't know
No.
because you weren't there when they pulled my pants down.
Right, right.
So
It wasn't that visible, that
And
burst.
I think the laugh that she has right now is the same laugh she had while all of this was going on. So,
and
Exactly.
I think it was actually you that said, "Go to the side." So yeah, that was the worst pain I've been in for a long time.
I apologize.
So, you know, usually at aid station I can go in there and I can tell you what I want. I'm pretty verbal about what I want, how I want it, and just to get it and do my thing and go. Not this one. And I just could not
That's
figure it
because
out.
Kelly was like, "You want waffles? Do you want pancakes? Do you want
Deer sausage, we've
venison
got.
sauce.
Deer
Sausage.
sausage.
Yeah.
And in my delusional mind, I'm thinking of Kelly on horseback with a bow and arrow shooting this thing.
I mean, we are 150 miles into the race now, right? With very little sleep.
164.
And
164. Get it right.
And
Yeah, give yourself a little more credit.
And the thing we don't deal with very well at that time is choices.
Yeah.
It is very. I mean, I wanted waffles and pancakes. Even though it's
Someone I
probably the
think
same
did,
thing
like,
anyway, but
Waffles
Yeah.
But I
and
got
pancakes,
pancakes,
they
and
put
those are
something
delicious.
with bacon between it or something. It was
yeah, I got bacon too. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I got the real creamer at this point, so I had another foo-foo coffee.
yeah.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you, Kelly. So, Tawny pushed our clothes. Oh, I can hear mud back there. Was that mud?
Yeah,
That was-
he's here bugging me.
that was
Yeah.
also my German Shepherd is whining because one of my cats was touching his paw.
Oh,
Oh no.
I know.
it could
it's
have been
terrible.
Brian's dog too.
I don't feel so bad. My dogs are sitting here and, looking at me like, you've been gone all day.
She has 3 Shar-Peis.
What is on the phone.
So now we're having clothes shoved at us, and I'm having to go into this porta potty. Kelly shoves her personal Band-Aid kit, and I have to get this piece of skin that is stuck to my clothes off. And that was awful. So it was awful. And so we get ourselves dressed. Everyone's ready to go. Kelly's throwing venison at us, and and in packets. And I'm like thinking this is going to come in handy later. I decided that I didn't know when. I just wasn't going to eat that right then. And we take off, and I was not prepared for the first lie that would come out of my brother's mouth. So
I tried to
pointing
warn you
up-
guys. I tried to warn people coming out of that. The next 3 miles are going to be a bitch. They're going to be pretty awful. But after that, it gets better.
Oh, yeah. But he decided to tell the first lie because I was being hazed by the buckleheads and all of that. And he points up and doesn't tell James either. I don't know if you were in on this lie. That we have to go over this pass on top of this mountain, go over. And we're thinking, no, we're not going to do this. I'm going to find my own way over. So
You're talking about the last section because we could see the range that we had to cross
Yeah.
to get
Uh-huh.
to.
But he's like, you've
It
got
was
to go
deceiving.
over this.
It was deceiving, but it was clear.
It was
It
deceiving,
was.
yeah.
Because of
Yeah.
his lie. That's lie number one. But no, we just had to go over this small part. I saw the photographer, so I knew that,
Yeah.
my brother had lied, which would not be the first lie. I just want to go on record.
So this was towards Breckenridge.
And
I
so
believe.
I do
Right.
want to say, Scott had asked before we left, he wanted to know, what did Leslie say? So Leslie, your forecast again was right on. I mean, they were over there like huddled up on the phones, like hiding your forecast from us. Scott's like, okay. And it hit just like you said.
Yeah.
We got hailed on, and it wasn't just a little bit of hail, it was hail.
I was worried
Yeah.
about
The problem with the weather in Colorado is that it starts raining and hailing, and you huddle under a tree and get on your rain jacket. 10 minutes later, the sun comes out again,
Mm-hmm.
and you're getting really hot, and now you have to get your rain jacket off again.
And then it hails.
Yeah. Then it hails again.
But I still want to back up on one thing. Kelly, at her aid station, starts pulling out video of moose. Basically, the moose were coming up to her. She could have jumped on their back. She's the moose whisperer.
Yeah.
And it made all of us very angry. So
Yeah, it was the morning. It would have been Wednesday morning
yeah.
because we opened our first person came in at 8, I think, and about 7 a.m. Marie and I were talking, and we looked over, and there's these 2 moose that are just kind of coming up by this clearing, and I was like, oh god, all I can see is these videos of moose mauling people in my head. And I'm like, okay, the worst thing that you can do is surprise them, right? So I'm like, hey, moose, we're friends.
See, James. Hey.
And I because I just didn't want them to suddenly hear us and then attack. So I started kind of talking, and they looked over and they kind of walked up, and Marie had gone, I think she went to the restroom or something. And they came right up next to me, and they were within probably 10 to 15 feet. And all we have is a little pop-up shelter and a couple folding tables. That is all that's between. And at one point, there weren't even tables between the moose and me. There was nothing there. And they just kind of looked at me like, you're kind of a weird-looking moose. Interesting. And then they just, trotted on up the road.
They smelt the venison and got scared.
That must have been it.
Yeah.
That must have been it.
So, because of your videos, then Tawny got real frustrated because she had FOMO.
A lot of FOMO. I was very jealous. Very jealous.
So
I made a
that
lot of
put us-
people jealous with with that
Yes.
video.
So with that, we were on a mission when we got over the other side of this pass, or right before it, that we were going to find moose. And we did. From
Yeah.
far away, we found moose until Scott and James. What happened?
The moose in the road? Yeah. Yeah.
Just standing right there in the road. It was, yeah. It wasn't
But-
even moving.
No, but here's the thing. That was not enough for you.
No, it was not
because
enough.
this was a female moose, and you wanted a male moose with giant antlers.
I wanted Rocky and Bullwinkle. That's
Yeah.
exactly what I wanted to see.
Yeah.
I would not get that. I would
and
get
and
a squirrel.
I can say this as her husband. There is just no satisfying you.
Nope. No. Nope.
Are you blushing?
clothes all these times. We get down to this turn, and all of a sudden everyone got tired. James is like, I need to sit down. Renee's like, I need to I don't know what y'all were doing, but me and Scott
I had to
continued.
massage my lower back because of the fall. My hip was starting to hurt. So I was massaging my lower
And the
back
tilt
on a
was
rock.
this way so far.
Yeah.
It was
It wasn't
okay.
so bad at this point. But I was starting to get the lean
Yeah.
at this point.
At this point, we knew that this was going to be an issue.
Yeah.
So,
So I sat down and just really just massaged my lower back against the rock for 10 minutes,
like a dog.
like a dog.
But I didn't see this because
I was
I
going to
moved
say
down and found
Baloo
my own
from
rock
the Jungle Book.
and fell
Okay.
asleep. I think we all kind of napped except for Scott. He was like on his I don't know what he was doing. He was trying to stay awake, but he was on his poles doing something. So we all proceed to get up and go.
Then we got into Breckenridge.
Yes, and that was
Oh
hateful.
my God. That was horrible.
Breckenridge.
Hey, I was there.
So Breckenridge,
No.
you guys got there,
Oh
and
no.
No,
Let me
no,
back
no,
up.
no.
This
Yeah,
was
we went to Breckenridge.
crossing. This was
route
crossing
through
town the
Breckenridge
first
takes
time.
us through past all the restaurants
Mm-hmm.
where we're starving and hungry and dirty, and we smell all this food around us.
Tacos, hamburgers, steak, French fries, and these kids are
That
coming
was
out
that
licking
was
their
the,
ice cream.
that was the most annoying part of the race.
It was.
We're going by. We're filthy. We're dirty. We're tired. We smell, and we're going by these clean tourists coming out of these fancy restaurants, smelling all this great food, and they're looking at us like, "What? Who the heck are these?"
They're grabbing their children and shuffling them in.
Running
I'm
across the
not
traffic.
kidding.
We were
Well-
It's a hobo caravan.
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
across the main road.
This doesn't make it any better.
No. Then I started getting super annoyed because we're looking at our map and they're sending us around a parking garage and then over
Yeah.
here. And it was just like we're going the wrong way. It's like it was
And
just
Renee's
clearly
leaning
the
even
ad mob.
further.
I was just getting worse and worse, yeah.
Yeah. All that concrete wasn't helping you, and it was just like, oh my
Nope.
God, it was like, yeah, it was horrible.
And Scott knows that we were hungry at this time. And the first question I'm going to put on this list that I wrote down, he tells us, if anyone could read this, is that he got the pineapple from an
Amish market.
an Amish dealer. Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, that's what you said. You told us plain and clearly
Yeah, you
that
said
those
you had,
pineapple slices.
you had an Amish dealer for your pineapple slices.
Yes.
I didn't know
So
there was an
the
Amish
the dried
under-
pineapple I had came from Walmart.
That's
good
not what
stuff.
you told us.
The good stuff comes from the Amish dealer.
Ah.
She didn't give us the good stuff. An Amish dealer. What the heck is an Amish dealer?
Like the Amish mafia, I guess.
That's a black market for dried pineapple.
Yeah, that is. I'll bring you some good stuff at the Cowboy, okay?
I mean, do you go and pedal to the side and be like, oh, hey, you.
Need some of that good stuff, man.
I can just see these deals going on street corners
Yeah, so as he's like giving us Amish pineapple
from Walmart.
from Walmart, and everyone, we're mad at this point. We're all actually in a low point because
We're going up all these roads past all the gondolas, the ski gondolas.
Yeah, and
Everything is
wondering
shut
what
down.
are they doing? Why is Chase and Casey doing this? Or maybe they're just trying to. I don't know. I used a lot of F words at this point.
Yeah.
And I'm like apologizing. James was like, well, I guess it's a race, so you can say it as much as you want. It was like, all right, we're going to go with this word a lot. I used it in nouns. Sorry, Leslie. Nouns and adjectives and like 5 times in a sentence because we're going like this up and down. And Renee's over here with his numbers going, we have 1,500 feet to go on this climb.
Yeah.
And he's just going on and on. And you know, this time we're like looking at his lean going, you know what, we could just leave him here. We'll go sit him down on this rock.
Yeah, but then you realize that you couldn't because then you'd have to leave one of your pacers because you're not allowed to have 2 pacers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was a lot going on there. We thought about
Had
things.
we only had a shared pacer, I would probably have been left behind.
Mm-hmm.
It was Sophie's
you-
choice.
Yeah, I would have been left to die on the ski slopes.
Yeah. So I'm wondering, why are they doing this? Then that's when the whole orchestra thing came out. I'm like, okay, they gave us the nice area before you have the big finale. And no, I don't know. I was delusional at that time. I really was. I was just wanted to find Breckenridge, and I wanted to sit down. I wanted to see my pacer.
Yeah.
I wanted a hamburger. At this point, this is where I was at. I needed food, and I
Well-
needed not to smell anybody else's food.
Well, eventually, after all these ski slopes, after climbing up, we get to a single track, and we were happy because we actually hiked that before the
We
race.
knew where we were at.
And now we knew how far there was to the aid station, and that kind of pepped us up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we got to the final aid station in Breckenridge.
We're gonna let everybody
Oh,
else
God.
take over. You're just not gonna say a
I'm
word.
just gonna.
We're just gonna listen. This is gonna be new to you, Brian. This is bad.
Well, it's new to me. The stories are new to me, but actually, before the race, this is the section that I paced from,
Yeah.
or I'm sorry, that I flagged from CMC Breckenridge to the finish at Copper Mountain.
Yeah.
So I did this 14-mile section on
But
foot
you don't know
with
what
flagging.
happened at the aid station.
I heard
This
a little
is
bit. But
bad.
let's hear the story. Let's hear the story.
So we're sitting in the parking lot, and Lisa Marie and Renee, Pacers, they all show up, and they get some food. They get into the truck, and they're sleeping. Haven't heard
Wait, back
anything.
up. James stole all. This started by James stealing all the blankets. He had all of them. All of them.
He was very comfortable. He was comfortable. We had a perfect setup for him.
You wanted to make sure it wasn't a meat locker situation again.
Correct.
He was taking all the comfortable things he could.
So for Breckenridge, we actually convinced Pam to come out with us. And so Pam was with us, and we wanted her there because we'd had so much fun with her every time we hung out with her. So the more time we could have with her, the better. So she's with us at Breckenridge as well. Lisa Marie and Renee get into the truck with James. Scott goes over to the actual sleep station to get some sleep. And we're all just sitting there. It's nice and quiet. Talking amongst ourselves, going over different things that have happened throughout the last couple of days. And then the truck starts up. So they weren't warm enough, understandable. So they start the truck up so they can get a little more warm. And still, again, we're all just sitting there hanging out. I'm sitting on the tailgate. Pam's in a chair, and Mindy's in a chair. And I see this cop come up, and he is flying through the parking lot of the apartment complex right next to us. And he flies through that, does a complete U-turn, and then comes into our parking lot and flies all the way up to us. And I swear to God, I thought he was going to hit Pam. And I was like, oh my God, like, this is it. What is going on? And he gets out of his truck. And if I remember right, Mindy, correct me if I'm wrong. He said, is everybody okay? I'm like, yeah, we're fine. He's like, okay, is anybody having problems breathing? No, nobody's having any problems breathing. And he was like, are there people in the truck? There are people in the truck. There are runners. They've been running 100 and almost 200 miles at this point, and they're in there sleeping. He's like, well, can I talk to them? I was like, they're sleeping. So after the third time that he asked me if he can talk to them, I say, sure, go talk to them. So he opens the truck door, and we come to find out Lisa Marie, my understanding, Lisa Marie tried to grab a blanket from James, and Lisa Marie's butt has been growing this whole time that she has been running. And she hit the emergency SOS button. And so it alerted local authorities that there was somebody in trouble. And
The breathing problems they've heard was James snoring.
the law enforcement agent even said that they could hear somebody snoring in the background.
So I'm up there at the aid station. I was helping Lisa King, and we're kind of watching this happen, and we can kind of faintly hear what's going on. We can hear the officer talking to you, Tawny, and then opens it up. And we're just kind of like, what's going on there? I don't know. That's kind of weird. And then she's like, should I go over there? I'm the aid station captain. I probably should, right? And I'm like, yeah, you probably should. Like, Chase and Casey are probably going to want to know what's going on with this situation. So she went over and she kind of, said the same thing, that they didn't know exactly what happened with it. But it was so weird to me, because if it was the SOS button, like they said, like a black Dodge, like someone had told them it was a male in a black Dodge or something like that. And I was like, how do you know that specifically? Like, that feels...
Well, and
I didn't know about that.
The tailgate was down, so you couldn't even see that it was a Dodge from the back side of it.
Right. Like, that felt weird to me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, then
actually, I'm pretty
proceeded-
sure that I would imagine that Breckenridge has a pretty highly intensive camera system, and they probably pinpointed the pin and were able to see that it was a black vehicle, black pickup truck.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That, and they would have a vehicle description from the
call itself.
from the service on the pickup on the call. So,
But the law enforcement officer did ask Renee for his driver's license. And I had to explain again that he is running and he has put in almost 200 miles and is not going to have any identification on him, and that I am the one driving the vehicle. So after all of that was figured out, the law enforcement agent ended up leaving, and
Oh, wait, one little thing happened that you did not see. So, law enforcement agents checking to make sure he is fine, but he is also making sure that my hands don't have a weapon in it and that I wasn't trying to. He's like, ma'am, can you lift your hands up?
I was not very coherent at the time. I was very confused about what was going on.
He
It's
thought
almost
you were
like,
trying to
oh
do
God,
jazz
I'm going to be
hands.
under arrest.
and the whole time I was asleep over in the tent. Never knew what was going on.
I will give it to them. Like, they've responded very quickly to it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
if there had been a true emergency, they would have been on top of it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I did talk to the OnStar. They did ask me, and I'm just like, oh, we're just sleeping in the truck. Okay.
Is anyone having breathing problems?
Anyone having a heart
No?
attack?
No, we're fine. Okay, I'm just going to cancel the call then.
No, but he didn't.
But he didn't. He was too slow.
We fell asleep at that point again. That's
We did. we thought it was going to be over with, right? Because he said, okay, I'm just going to cancel this emergency call. And then the cops
Yeah,
showed up.
OnStar would have your make and model of vehicle.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
true.
So we know the SOS button works.
Yes, now we do. And we know that my ass grew on this run.
I heard there's
That's what he
pictures of how
said.
big your butt got, so.
So, Tawny kicks us out.
Yeah.
It's like,
Not
y'all
before
need
I
to be on
fixed
your
your
That
toe.
that was enough drama.
Oh,
Get-
wait,
get
what?
I
out.
was gonna say, the blister popping
Oh.
queen came in and took care of Lisa Marie's
Yes.
feet.
Yep,
Oh,
she's
yeah.
just like, oh, what do you want? Do you want one of my good stuff? I'm just like, no, just pop it.
We just
She's
need
like
to
with
make
a
it
big
14
smile on her face.
miles.
We're not big on sterilizing things in this house.
No.
I had alcohol pads.
She did a great job.
Yeah.
I think she looked forward to
You can have
seeing
it
you guys
that way.
because she knew there would be some blisters to pop.
Yeah.
I did. I took care of
She's
like
like
15
you.
people's feet.
I saw some of it.
She's like you.
And I just want to say that there will be a video out this week of me popping her blister, and it squirted like,
It's not a video.
Oh yeah.
Photos.
It's about probably 80% filled up again already.
I'll be right
Nice.
over.
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
and then my other one on my big toe is filled up again too.
So, Tawny kicks us out. Everyone's waving bye. We'll see you at the finish line. And this is where lie number 2 and 3 kicks in. Yeah. Did you hear that?
Yeah, That is definitely Scott.
So, again, I was hazed. And John Prosser,
He's not.
Lovely man.
he's not here to defend himself, but he's apologized 100 times to me, whereas Scott has not, has decided to tell me that we're gonna cross over this mountain. It's very windy, there's snow, there's a ledge, and I could fall over. John tells me that he had to crawl for, was it 3/4 of a mile? And so in my mind, my delusional mind, I'm gonna fall off the mountain. And on here, this did
Well,
not happen.
Scott said, yeah, there's a ledge, and you kind of have to lean in towards the mountain wall.
He's telling me all of these things. So this
To
is
be
in my
fair,
head
John's
now.
like a foot taller than everybody.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he
Yes,
might
he's-
have.
Well, his head is in a different weather
Yes.
weather
yes.
layer than the rest of his body.
For
And
sure.
so I've come all this way to make it over the mountain and to go over this death cliff with the lie, the hazing that these two human beings.
And we keep climbing and
And
climbing.
he-
We take a lot of trail naps.
But wait a minute. He doesn't even tell James that it's a lie. So now James is believing this lie, and we are all set to go. This was the weirdest 14 miles I have ever been on my life. We took 4 trail naps. It all started with, I think it was me. I think I was first. I took a dirt nap, and I'm literally into the dirt. It was the best nap I've ever had in my life. I think it was 10 minutes. The next person needed a nap was James, and he's like, oh, we should just stop right here. He was out like that. And then
So he
next
doesn't
was-
need all the comforts of all the blankets.
No, no.
Noted.
I'm just, yeah. We just dropped on the ground,
We did.
and I now after this race, I understand how Prosser can just fall on the ground and sleep.
Yeah. So we had, I don't know how tall this pass was we had to go, but it was high, and you could feel.
You get up to 12,600.
Yeah, so you feel it. You actually do. Scott's over there, and he's like passing out the Amish stuff, but I guess this is the Walmart bag now, and he's trying to tell us it's going to give us all the energy. And then he's like, oh, you know what? We should just take a quick nap, and I think we took another 10, 15. And then we reached the pass. And
We
after
reached the
I
top.
feeling like that I'm going to fall over and realize, I don't know.
No,
He
it's,
falls down and takes a nap. He's just like, he dropped to his
someone
hands
said,
and
should we
snoring.
take a break?
He did.
And I said yes, and then I just lay down and slept.
and started snoring.
Initiative.
Yeah. So me, Scott, and James decide to eat all of the magic pineapple that came from the Amish dealer, and we saved none for
Yeah.
the Sleeping Beauty here. And we went over the pass, and that is actually where the fun began, because me and James decided we had deja vu. I've never had that as a runner, ever. I swear I've been there. He swore he'd been there. I don't know which race you thought you were on, but it was the most bizarre thing I ever experienced with 4 human beings.
So, so I had my lean to the left.
He is now leaning 50%.
I'm really bad leaning. And I'm just, but you guys are leaning too, because when I look at them, they're all like tilted to the right. But I realize that's because even though the trail looks like it's level, it's actually on a mountainside sliding this way. So they actually have to lean right to stay
Yeah.
level.
Hey, I'm tired.
He's yelling at us. Y'all are leaning. You got the lean too.
So, and then I realized, no, they're just trying to stay level on this mountainside. So I'm trying to lean right with my lean to the left, and I just have no balance, and it's 3.5 mile just downhill, unrunnable. And at some point I had to take off my warm jacket we had on when we left the aid station. And I sit down and put my bag in, and I see them going way further. And I get up, and I said, okay, I can slow jog down here. And with my lean and the sliding of the trail, I just lose my balance and I slide over the edge
This did not
into
happen.
this green
This did
field
not
of stuff.
happen. This
Yes,
did
it
not
did.
happen.
I had to use my poles to climb myself
We
back
voted.
up onto.
We
You're both
voted.
Captain's like
We
that.
voted
We
you out.
voted.
This did not happen.
You were not
The
there.
man
He's
was
like
far
all-
too
So he
clean
stumbled a
after
little.
Yeah, he wasn't. There was no dirt on this man. There was no. I mean, you fall.
It was
No,
not like it
'cause
was.
James goes and checks on you because he's like,
It was not like this. It was like this. But I still ended up in some green stuff, and I had to use my poles to get back on the trail.
So
And I
this-
said, okay, no slow jogging because everything was just counter working for me when I was running. Pulling this way, trying to pull this way, and yeah, I couldn't orient myself properly when running.
But this
So-
did not happen. He's like, I fell down the mountain. I'm like, oh my God, I'm looking around. And we literally had to have a vote. And during this vote, we also voted that we're all going to
You
take
can't
turns.
vote on things you didn't see. That is not how voting
James
works.
was responsible for you at this time. Or was it Scott?
And
James
he was the first one I caught up to. Says, "I'm sorry, James, I fell over the side of the mountain."
And James comes running to me and says, Renee claims he fell over the mountain.
James is trying to contradict whatever you're saying, but I can't hear what he's saying.
Yeah, James.
Is he on
No,
mute?
it's got a microphone issue.
I could hear that. He said that he fell off the side of the mountain, but he looks so pretty. So we all voted at the same time that one of us always had to remain with Renee because he's leaning 50% over. He looks like he's sorry, but it was bad. So we had to go a long way, and it seemed like forever we're going down and down and down. Me and James are having this strange thing that we've decided that we're having deja vu. It's like deja vu with the proctologist, and these people show up, and we apparently had seen them day one. And they're like, there's those runners, and I'm just like, this is the most bizarre thing I have ever done in my life. So we finally get down there, and
I was going to have we come down, and we basically, when you come down the mountain, you basically just walk straight into the parking lot where the finish line is.
I'm having to hold this man's hand, and he
And
is
I-
leaned
I
over
was-
like this.
I was my mom sent me a Danish flag, and I was going to run with my Danish flag using my poles as to hold the flag. That worked very well. But I was also going to have this big finale where I'm going to run with her over the finish line and yelling for Frodo because we just finished
Again, that didn't
Lord of
happen.
the Ring. Yes, it did. But
It did.
because
It
of my
just wasn't
lean,
how he imagined it.
Can we vote on it?
I
Didn't happen.
vote on it. But because of my lean, this was the most pathetic run over a finish line ever. It was not
Oh, I have you
fast.
beat
It
on
was
that.
not pretty, and I don't know. I think we were holding hands, right?
We did, and then
Yeah.
you were like all
And
running
me with
to
my
Ken.
pole, with my flag, like this.
You look like something off of Monty Python.
It was pretty special.
Yeah,
But I
Yeah.
have you
special.
beat on the most pathetic. I literally limped over the finish line at a 50K last year. Like
Oh.
it was like I had like a wood leg almost because I couldn't bend it. It was terrible.
I'm going to call
I'll
it.
challenge you on that one. We
I'll
can
call
vote
it a
later.
tie.
Okay.
Tiebreaker coming up.
But then, okay, so then we finally get in and pictures taken. We get our buckle, and the first thing I ask for is my work phone because I promised my manager to text him when I crossed the finish line, so he knew that I would be ready to go to work Saturday. So I write him, and he says, "Well, I need you to look at your emails." I just crossed the finish line. Okay, but look at it later today. Okay.
Well, see, I have other questions and
Yeah.
things that I would like to say. My beautiful handwriting right
Okay,
here.
let me take that list. You told me I was going to be the
Okay,
moderator.
and then Tawny is going to take back over, kinda, because some weird things started happening post-race.
So we had Kelly and the Moose, Kelly and the Gun,
Kelly and the Venison,
Kelly and the Venison, Kelly and
10-minute
the
crew.
So
And
the
what?
Marmot song. So, on one of our descents, Lisa Marie starts talking to the animals. And Scott and James are like, what are you doing? Well, this is how you talk to animals. She starts teaching them. You have to say, hey. And all of a sudden, then James and Scott are going around saying, hey, hey, hey. No, you're doing it wrong. You have to be, you have to do it like this. And it's going to be like a 10-minute session of animal calls. With, hey.
With him leaning behind us.
Renee, did you know that you married a Disney princess?
I did not know that.
No,
I did not. So we learned about talking to animals.
We've got Brian and the never-ending climb. You know, Brian, I wanted to go back to that. Did you think you were ever going to stop climbing? Were you shocked about how much you really signed on for?
At Red Cone.
I actually live here, so I knew it was going to end. And I know that you guys think it's giant, but it was only like 12.8. And I do the 14ers, I do 13ers, I do all the big mountains here, so I knew it was eventually going to end. It was pretty long, though.
So everyone can go to a 14er if they start at 13.5. I felt we started at 10,000 and ended up at 12.8.
Truth. That's the truth. We could vote on it if you'd like.
I'm going to get outvoted again. I'm going to be the single Supreme Court justice.
Lies.
Lies the crew chiefs tell. So, Mindy and Tawny, what lies did you tell us during this race?
Yes.
We don't tell lies.
Sure don't.
So you
never
moderate the truth.
Maybe you misunderstood. I mean,
Okay.
This feels like gaslighting.
Yeah.
on their part or ours?
Do I need to start some couples therapy for you guys?
We probably should have a session before next year's race.
Yes.
There you go. I'll pencil you guys in.
And by the way, we did sign up again, so I hope that we'll see each other a year from now.
I recall
Kelly's
something
going to
about,
run it next year.
No,
What did
I'm
you
not.
say, my brother?
I recall you saying something about we could beat you with a stick if you signed up again.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Is it the stick
Yes.
that Renee peed on?
Yes.
It is? Can we vote on that too, please?
Oh, yes.
That's a completely different race and a completely different story.
Just to catch you up, Brian.
But it wasn't.
Last year, or a couple years ago at Hell Creek, Renee stops and whips it out and starts peeing. And I'm like, what are you doing?
There was a dead snake.
It was not a snake, it was a
And
stick.
it was a dead snake. And I said the best way to find out if it's really dead is peeing on it.
Sounds like a very dangerous.
High risk, high reward.
Sounds like logic.
And this was on the Hell Creek course, so you may have seen the said stick.
I
I
think
probably
it's- no,
did, but I didn't see any dead snakes. I saw one live snake.
It was a dead snake. So we come home, and we actually had a discussion today before this thing. Did we go out to eat on the Friday after we finished?
Yes.
That's what I said.
Okay.
We can vote on this one.
Okay. I think that Mindy had this this big thing of macaroni and cheese.
Yep.
I don't know. Because when I fell asleep after the race, when Mindy put us to bed, I woke up dreaming, and y'all are gonna like this, that Mindy came in during this time and changed our clothes. And she put, even my cat was there, and she put Renee in this white outfit with red stripes on it, razors like lightning strikes.
Okay, that's the first time I hear this. I'm surprised that didn't come up during the drive home.
Oh, I did. I wanted to save it. I've been saving this. I told you about this, Mindy. I really felt that this happened. I don't know where you were at as the crew chief, just saying, no, Lisa Marie does not look good in red stripes. Women don't look good in, but Renee looked good.
So the race is over, but
Things don't happen.
it's just not finished yet. because the next day I had to get up and work, because that was a condition for me to do this race, that I was available to work on the weekend. So there is a beer festival in Keystone, and see, I got a T-shirt from that. It says "Poor Decisions." And while I was at home working, they went to the beer festival,
Yes.
and
Drank all the
I
beer.
got a lot of videos today. I just want to say he saw
there's got
some
to
of the
be a lot of
videos.
videos on this.
And it's bad. It's really, really
And
bad.
They come home late in the afternoon with pizza. That was good pizza, by the way. And all they're talking about is Pam's driving. And I have no idea what they're talking about.
Until he saw the videos today.
We love you,
Explain
Pam.
to me.
We love you, Pam. We do.
Okay. So please explain to me as an outsider, what is it about Pam's driving?
It might have been who was in charge of giving her directions. That might have been part
Who
of
was
it.
that?
Maybe they weren't giving directions in a timely manner. Or it could just be that Pam was having to drive in a location she wasn't used to being in. Or it could just be that we had all been drinking some beer. I don't know. But I will say that the same person giving those directions was also pole dancing at the pizza parlor.
That is true.
Ah, yeah, he was. He
Oh.
being that person over there. It could be down there, but I think he's going to be sitting over there for me. And
Now I'm
right
just gonna
now,
mess it up.
right now, we're going to have a picture, and it's going to go up there. Insert picture
Okay.
of him on a pole.
Peppermint
Peppermint
Scott.
Scott.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all missed out on this. And so on the way home,
I came out of that deal with no dollar bills either.
I think it's time to retire.
so
Not time for a career change.
being
But
that I
after
don't
that
hold
day-
liquor very well, at this beer fest, I'm like, oh man, I drank a lot. I feel like I drank a lot. The cup that they give us is this big, and I think that Tawny figured out I had a beer and a half the whole time. Maybe. And I'm just, at this point, I have the giggles. I just think everything is just so funny, and I'm tired, and some things happen, which we're going to insert some videos here as well on this drive home, where I start talking about how Renee needs to feed the cat, because we're going to die from Pam driving. They're not wearing their seatbelts, and that's just really scaring the heck out of me. But I think the biggest thing that happened was we get home, and I need to know, what does it mean that Renee was stripped, Mindy?
We're going to have fun. And
We just wanted to give you something to look at. That's
And-
all.
and
And
maybe you'll laugh. I don't know. But all we do is hit the power button and it just starts recording. Just made our first stop
a dispensary.
for this trip. My
I've never
first
been to-
stop at a dispensary.
My first ever in a dispensary. I'm always in the dark, living in the podcast and giving off stuff.
I just want you to know we don't know what we're doing with it.
We need you tonight, right now. Forever's gonna start today.
We don't know what we're doing.
Once upon a time I was falling in love. Now we're only falling apart. Something I can do. Total eclipse of the heart.
You saying that Renee was stripped and we didn't know about it?
Yes, Renee was stripped, and I don't know where his bag went.
Total eclipse.
Once upon a time I was loving my life. Now there's only love in the dark. Nothing I can say. A total eclipse of the heart.
Total eclipse. I just want you to know we don't know what we're doing with this.
This is the battery.
Well, what's that?
I don't know, but we're recording my feet.
We don't know what we're doing. I just want you to know we don't know what we're doing with it. I just want you to know we don't know what we're doing with it. So maybe it's a record button and not a power button. We don't know.
What?
What was he stripped?
I'm more curious about the red costume that's like that you put on him more than stripping him.
So they took my GoPro camera and decided to
wasn't
make
me.
some recordings. I don't know, because at one point I have 12 seconds of video of your feet.
It was all Tony. I had nothing to do with it.
Well,
She was just singing. That's
but
all
on
she
this
was
video,
And then they said, and Renee got stripped.
and I'm like, what did he get stripped from? Then I'm thinking of the red outfit, the white and red outfit. I'm like, oh,
No.
did it happen then?
No, he was stripped of his pack at the finish line.
Oh,
And we did not pick it up, so we had to go back and pick up his pack, which happened to have the GoPro on it.
so they stole it, and in Lord of the Rings
Silly
fashion,
borrowed.
they stole it.
And stole
Borrowed.
my precious GoPro.
I don't know if all of y'all have seen the video yet, which is going to start playing when we're done. It is the most priceless thing. It actually went viral on Instagram and
YouTube. Oh, Facebook.
Facebook.
It was most excellent.
It was the best thing.
And see, they didn't know I was going to do that, but it was my GoPro, and they handed it over to me, and with that goes all the copyrights.
It does, it does. So,
You get none of that internet money for it.
I'm just going to say, I'm not sharing that 25 cents I earned.
The best part for me, though, was Mindy when she's singing and she does the drums. So she's like the Phil Collins of Bonnie Tyler, singing, playing, and pointing at the sky.
It was fabulous.
It was fabulous. The best thing I've ever seen.
I was editing
I play
this,
it
and I
once
was
a
just
day
like,
still.
I kept
Well,
playing it back again, and it was just fun.
I feel like the only thing that Renee really liked out of that was me saying we don't know what we're doing. So,
Yeah,
Mindy,
you said it twice, and one of them was better than the other, so I kind of sprinkled it in everywhere.
so Mindy and I have something to show you.
Oh my.
Oh!
Oh!
Yes.
Well played. Very well
I
played.
love it.
That's
We
our
have
new
shirts
crew
made to
shirt.
commemorate we don't know what we're doing.
I love that.
That's the new official crewing shirt.
Yes.
I like that.
On,
Oh
on the
my
back,
God.
does it
Oh,
say,
we
I
are the
don't
best
care?
crew.
Yes. we
No
do have
one,
the best
no one
crew.
can beat our crew.
Yeah.
Oh, this was awesome.
Yes. So I want to know final thoughts, and I thought this corner over here where Leslie's at, I thought she should go first. I know you think that we're crazy.
Every time. This. I just think you guys are amazing that you enjoy doing this. I don't know if that's a good word to use, but I'm kind of grateful that you are including me into this little bit of insanity, and I'll leave it there.
Yeah, I mean, knowing that we can get a good weather forecast, knowing that even if we're going into some really bad weather, it's nice to know in advance. And
Right. It's
Every
pure
time,
trust.
every time we've used you to predict the weather for our events, you're a bit spot on.
Yeah. And I want to tell you, we
Right.
all trusted you. So we all
Yeah.
we came into the aid stations, actually wanted to go and look at what you had. Scott wouldn't leave without, what does Leslie say? What has she got to say? Yeah. What's
They would
the-
ask if there had been any updates. So
Yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah. We all trusted you, and it was a good trust.
Yeah.
And if there's a next time for me, I'm
Great.
definitely going to look at it.
You're going to be there next year. Yes, you will. We'll buy you some wool socks.
So, Brian, how was it to pace two of your coaching clients?
It was good. It's fun. I always enjoy being out in the mountains. I enjoy trail time. I do a lot of pacing, and it's a great way. I did 30 miles, and it's a great way to not run 200 miles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
No race entry fee.
Yeah.
And I got pizza out of the deal, so yeah,
And a hot
Yeah.
dog.
And a hot dog.
and a free hot dog.
There's nothing like free food.
Yeah.
It's my favorite food.
So how about you, Kelly?
Oh.
We debated your. I just want to say we
are we the worst
debated.
people to come into your aid station, or are we the best ones?
I mean, I would put you at the top of the list.
Because of
Yay.
their crew, right?
Yes, because of the crew. You guys bring the best crew along. They're a little green. Sometimes they don't know what they're doing, but no, I just enjoy volunteering. I love crewing. And I really like the Ultraverse races. I'm a little bit biased. I'm one of their ambassadors, so I am a little bit biased, but I just feel like Chase and Casey put together really, really good races, and it's hard to not want to be part of them. Oh, Larry's saying hi. This is Larry.
He's pretty.
He is. He's cross-eyed and blue-eyed, and he makes me wonder if he's worth the effort sometimes.
Of course.
Always work.
But I love being in the atmosphere of these kinds of races because you get to see sides of people that you don't see in everyday life, and there's a type of camaraderie that happens in races like these that you don't get to see in other spaces. You know, people
Yeah.
just, I'm going to pick up and you need a pacer, yours isn't here, yours got injured, here, let me help you with that. That happened twice that I saw, where someone just picked up, like, hey, I need a pacer, yep, sure, I can do that for you. I gave socks to somebody because their crew couldn't make it at French Pass. You know, like,
Yeah.
I love that kind of atmosphere in that. I mean, the one thing that I will say for you guys, like, Lisa Marie, I don't think I ever see you come into an aid station when you're not smiling. And I think that's a really important skill to have in races like this. So I always love seeing you guys come in. It always makes my day a little bit better too. And
Aw,
Oh, thank you.
you have no reason to say that.
But
I
you don't
love
know,
you.
maybe she's trying to audition for our crew.
Oh, she's already in on it. She's always got a spot.
So, Scott, how did it
Wait, hold up. I have something to say about Kelly.
Okay.
We were debating you the other day because we felt like you were being, what was the word you used? Your spelling of your name.
Oh,
what about the
Yeah.
spelling of my
Well,
name?
I first put a Y on it just because I was trying to hurry up and write everyone, Kelly's going to come in. And then, so Tanisha, Miss Spell Master, she's like all correcting me. Then Renee's like, no, that's not how you spell it.
I'm sure it was. I was convinced it was Kellie, but apparently there's no last E.
There isn't. And whenever somebody asks how to spell my name, Kelli, and they'll say, "Oh, IE?" No, just an I. Like they'll ask me, "Is it a Y or an IE?" Neither.
So I was walking around here. I can't believe a foreigner have to correct you Americans. So then, oh shit, I was wrong.
Okay, so who was next?
Scott. So we have paced Scott in Louisiana
Yes.
once. And now he got to be on the other side.
Yes. So I just want to go on record about Scott real quick. When I was pacing him in Louisiana, he was having a downtime and I wasn't having any of that. And so the RD told me, he says, you know what, we're adding on an hour because of the time change. So he got to be pissy pants. And I'm like, oh, dude, they added an hour onto your time. And he's like, oh, thank God. And I looked at him and I said, but that's not what you paid for. And he's like, bitch. So I was expecting the worst.
Well, he did haze you for a while.
Yeah, that's why he hazed me. So what are your final thoughts?
Hey, this is the second time I've paced out at Summit, and every time is an incredible adventure. And I know I said at the finish line, never again.
However,
But however, it looks like we're going to get this goofy band of buttholes together again next year.
yep.
Yeah.
So we can do it again, and I'm looking forward to it already.
Yeah, me
So
too.
are we.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
11 months, 2 weeks, and
Yeah.
1 hour, and I don't know. I'm making stuff up now. But
And finally, our crew chief.
no, we got Mindy.
Oh, Mindy, sorry, yeah.
Oh,
But she's
your crew.
Yeah, she's my crew chief.
Yes, yeah, you're crew chief.
Yeah. Mindy takes care of me.
I just want to say thank you for letting me join. You guys are amazing. You're amazing for what you do. I don't think I would ever be able to do what you do. But yeah, just keep on trucking. Thank you.
We just love having you around. You put a smile on our face all the time. Because you just, even though you're not doing the running part, you're just as crazy as we are.
And you give him licorice. So.
Yes.
And yes, there's that. Even though she don't understand my fascination with licorice.
Mindy, I'm saving that bag of salted licorice for
I don't
next
need
year
it.
for you.
I do not need it. Throw my shit away.
And finally, the crew chief. What do you have to say? I know you have.
Your
something
Friday
to say.
bestie.
My Friday bestie.
So, so I've been there for lots of races. Cowboy, first off, last year when you attempted Summit, and then Cowboy last year, and then this year. I love stop. I love crewing for you guys. You guys are easy to crew for. You're always happy. You listen. We'll say you listen. So no, I enjoy it, and I will be there again. I'm sad that I won't be there for your next one, the next two that you have coming up, but yeah. Thank you for trusting me to get you through the miles.
Yeah, about a month out. That's what every time Renee has a question, I'm like, Tawny has got. She's got it. It just we know that you
Yeah.
have it, and we're not worried about it. And
That's probably the one thing we don't worry about is our crew
Yeah,
and our
don't.
pacers. We've always managed to pick very well.
So if you are planning on
I would
taking
like to.
10 hours off of your time next
Yeah.
year,
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
start
I'm wanting a lot of
practicing.
hours off. There's no
Yeah.
race right afterwards to think about anything. It's just let's just go and let's get it done. And then in blood, we will run an aid station.
Yes.
Practice running with wearing a shock collar. Then we're going to fix the problem.
Can
I
I
have
borrow
some if you
mud?
need
Can
them.
we
Oh.
see mud?
He's passed out on the floor at my feet. He's just dead to the world.
He is. Scott has got a dog named Mud, and he will strap Mud to him, and that's how he learns how to run fast. This is a true story.
He's my running coach.
Yep. I would like to thank all of you for taking the time to come and help us out at the summit.
Yes.
It made everything fun. It made it less tedious to have that extra company and those fresh brains when we got tired. And really appreciate that you all took your time out to help us out
Yeah.
and keep us company.
Yeah. And I'm sorry about all the crying that I did at the end, but you know what? I was so happy just to not have those three anymore. Wait, we're missing one.
I think James lost connection.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I was happy. I was very happy to see you all at the end. And Leslie, I hope that you come next year.
I will. Although, if I do come next year, I will need one of those green teas.
Oh, there he is.
Now he's back again. Did the overheat?
He probably did. Y'all need, you had to quit talking behind James' back like that. You know, he can pop in at any second. Yeah, so we all
Unprofessional.
voted that you're going to come back next year, and that's what you missed. It's basically like running the race for free, and he is stuck.
Yeah, silent James.
He's
That's a
holding us. He's
rarity.
like, I don't hear anything. So yeah, does anybody want to talk about anything they have next, or add anything, or I guess James still does. No, he's already talked. So yeah, he just needs to know that he's pacing next year, and that's
Yeah, that's all he needs to know.
yeah.
Be a cowboy.
Yeah, you're pacing next year, James.
I don't think he heard
Yes.
you.
No, that's
Hey,
fine.
maybe. I think
That's-
James is probably going to sign up and run it next year. So
Oh, he probably will.
Yeah, he also said that he wanted us to beat him up, trying to get him to do the pilgrimage.
Oh, he can't hear us. No. He'll have to wait until the video comes out.
So he knows what he's. Just say yes. And so we will be also putting out our race report. I have written up something. I wrote the bad stuff already, and it's out there, and it's sad. So just ignore it. You don't have to read it.
I think that my biggest complaint is that Kaylee didn't run more aid stations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do
Two
what I
wasn't
can.
enough.
Running 2 and helping at 2, just you're right, it's not enough.
It's not enough. There's at least 3 more to be.
Yeah.
Well, I do. Mindy and I did vote on this. You
More voting.
need to adjust your pace so that your crew meets you in the daylight and not in the middle of the night.
Okay.
Something to work
Not a
on.
bad
We'll take
choice.
that into consideration.
We
would
hear that,
appreciate
James?
We lost him again.
Yeah. So, yeah. I love you all, and so we will have our. We're just going to do ours. We're going to do it UTI style because I think the price is just crazy. And when y'all hear that, because we have to add in a year's worth of coaching, that price, the
But at least the driving time and the running time is going to give us a good score.
yeah, the rest of it, yeah.
We got
Just
got
to
good value
preview,
for money.
I spent $500 or more on shoes. I think I spent $600. It's over a year prepping for this race. He spent the same amount, and then he lost a pair of expensive shoes. So these are going to be like some crazy costs, and it's going to be really funny. But y'all made it better. That's really what I have to say. Is every single one of you made it
I think my
better.
shoes are in a box somewhere in the basement. They kind of got misplaced during the move.
Or we left a box
Find
somewhere.
them.
Maybe Scott took them.
No, he did
Scott
not.
has them.
He
He's like,
can't
oh.
fit my
Dude,
shoes. They weigh too
Renee
small.
has little tiny feet. I don't need
Yes, I
his
do.
shoes.
I might have married a Disney princess, but I got the princess feet.
Oh my God.
Yeah, for a guy named Gimli, you sure have small feet.
He got Gimli's feet, but not the height.
And also, we're trying to set up Kelly with someone. If anyone has anyone that is single,
Oh my goodness.
no, she's blushing. Single, has a job, can go with her on races, pop blisters, or allow her to pop their blisters.
Yeah.
We can.
I don't
do
know. It
a,
looks like she's already started on Crazy Cat Lady, so
I've got 3 cats and 2 dogs, so
there you go.
chaos required.
Nice.
Yeah.
But I do want to thank everybody, and again, thank you so much,
And thank you for showing up today.
and thank you for showing up next year. It's a pre-thank
Yeah.
you.
Look
Yeah.
forward to seeing you all again.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
See you, cowboy.
Yes.
At the Cowboy,
yes,
yeah.
at the Cowboy.
Hmm.
Woohoo!
Oh, someone's going to have FOMO.
Well, she's going to be in Italy. What? No, she won't. We're doing a race that weekend. There is another race. I guess we should
Heartland
plug
race.
that real quick. What race is going on?
Flat Rock. Flat Rock
Flat
is the
Rock.
same
Oh,
weekend as Cowboy. So
Flat Rock
I
is a
will-
good race.
I won't be able to make it. And it's the longest distance for that one is the 50K.
So
This
if you know
is the
anybody in the area of
35th year
Kansas,
for Flat Rock.
Yes, it's the 30th year, 30th running year. Because 2020 they didn't have it.
So if you have any clients that needs a run, Brian, in that area,
Flat Rock is a good one. It's a good course. It's
he's
not,
seen the
Yeah, it saws the elevation plot. It is not flat like Kansas.
Yeah.
Rocks and snakes and lightning training.
yes.
Thanks.
Yes.
Thanks guys for having me. I actually have to jump off. I have another call
That's
here in a
okay.
second.
Thank you for coming on, and thank you for helping out with the pacing.
Always, of course. Take care.
Yeah, you too. Bye.
Good to see you.
Bye.
Bye.
All right.
okay.
Well, we're getting hungry.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all are getting hungry. I'm getting hungry.
About that
I'm
time.
getting hungry just thinking about being hungry. Kelly, I would like to thank you for allowing us to take pictures of your feet yesterday. They are going to be featured.
Featured.
Yes,
Featured.
featured. Yeah.
Featured because 10 to 20 pictures are going to be featured from
We
yesterday.
are going to write feature with double E.
Yeah. So,
I think you have to.
so yeah.
You do.
So we're going to put 20 pictures out, and there'll be another one of you. I'll make sure your good side's put out, but
She doesn't have a bad side.
she does not. Come
Yeah, I was
find out.
confused because what do you mean with the good side? Because isn't that all sides?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you will be featured with your blister,
My $50 sized heel
Yeah.
blister.
Oh, it was good. It was beautiful. Y'all missed out on that. If there was any reason you should have been there, it was for that blister. This big, and she let me stick a dirty needle in it, and it went whoosh.
Oh.
You make it sound so terrible. It's not like you took the needle and like rubbed it around in a mud puddle.
No.
Well, the person who had it beforehand may have. Because it came from someone's pocket.
We're
was
Romans
running an aid
with their
station.
dirty needles, I guess.
You'll know in a few days whether it was
When
Yeah.
she starts having
infected.
twitches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
So,
Twitch on South Park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, I want to thank everybody. And I know that we'll have to cut some of this out, but you know what? It's for us, it's forever. If nobody
Yeah.
watches it but just 50 people, we're good.
Yeah.
This is just us.
We had to
It'll
have
be good.
closure.
Yeah. And we had to prep for next year. I know Brian will not be here next year to help out. So it'll just be us. And James, though he says no, it's,
Yeah.
Unless he runs it.
he's not running it. He wants to do the pilgrimage.
Mm.
Ah.
So his wife will only allow so much. And there's a meme out there that Renee has, and be happy to send it to y'all. It's where the wife is, did he send this to you, Scott?
Yes.
Yes. So
From
you know in
from
misery. In misery, where the husband's like, I signed up for another race, and so goes to
This-
misery, and she's breaking the ankles.
Yeah.
Oh, good
Yeah.
night.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's one of my favorite movies.
Kelly.
I know
That says
exactly
a
what
lot
you're
about
talking
you,
about.
Which
Kelly.
scene we're talking
Yes.
about.
And that's
The one
funny.
that
I've
turns
never
my
been able
stomach.
to watch that movie because of that scene.
Yeah.
It's like, oh,
It was terrible, but funny
Yeah.
in this context.
Yes, in this context.
yeah.
Thank you all for showing up. It's been fun reliving the ordeal.
Trauma.
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 Yeah. And as we leave, we will take
Oh,
you
wow.
to the video that is going to show right there again
With our wonderful crew.
with our wonderful crew singing "Total Eclipse of the Heart."
Yeah.
I have sent this to Bonnie Tyler, by the way. So she sent
We
you
had
pictures.
fun.
She responded and said, "I'm bringing you on my next tour."
Yeah.
Nice. We don't know what we're doing, but we did have fun doing it.
That's what
I
matters.
love
I
those
love
shirts.
those shirts. I just like
Those are great.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
That
Just do it for the memories,
yeah.
if we remember them.
I'm sure Saturday was a little bit of a haze.
Yeah.
A couple of different hazy bears.
Yeah.
But now that you have video,
They
I
were
guess
good,
I'll never
though.
forget this one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll make sure to
No,
pop
just
those
make a
in.
new one next
Oh,
year.
okay.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll leave one with Kelly by accident as well.
Oh, that could be fun.
I'll make a surprise guest appearance.
Yeah.
If we're going to pre-plan this, might I suggest Ice Ice Baby because I can wrap the entire thing.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Nice.
But are you good enough to also change the words to make them more summit inspired?
Ooh, if you give me some time.
You've
You have
got
a year.
Yep, you've got 11 months,
Okay,
2
I'll work on
weeks, 6 days, and
I already got the time off at work. So
10
I
hours.
didn't want a repeat of this year. And yeah.
well, I'm gonna go food, baby right now. I'm starving. That's the
All
noise
right.
you hear.
I'm sure we're not the only ones.
No, because I can hear.
You guys have a
somebody else.
good night.
Yeah.
It's been a
So have a
pleasure.
good evening, everyone, and
Take care.
we will see you all
You
in
guys have a
the
good week.
future.
Yes, very soon.
Okay, how do I get out of here?
Please.
Yeah.
Like that.
Okay.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
You guys later.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.